Hi everyone, it's June 6, 2017. It's been a long time since I've been on YouTube, and it's been a very busy 2016 year, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about that, why I have not uploaded more videos, and I'll go through the explanation how I hope to resolve that issue as well. 2016 was a huge, some big changes on the farm and how I create revenues living on a rural property. As you know, when you move from the city to a rural area, there's a huge transition to make, and I certainly had to make it. My big focus is still organic farming for produce and fruits, and so that's still my number one goal. But what I did find out, and because in my area we had a drought, I did not have irrigation. And so that was a bit of a challenge. It was a huge challenge for me. Not a bit of a challenge, it was a huge challenge for me. So this coming year, I am getting irrigation. And because of climate change and the uncertainties, just the regular uncertainties of weather, to do the type of high density vegetable growth that I want to do and the fruit growth that I want to do, you cannot get around not having irrigation. You have to have irrigation. So that is a big spoke in the wheel that was missing. And so to try to create revenues and try to create healthy vegetables that I can go where I can be a vegetable peddler at a market, I have to get irrigation. So that is the course for 2017, which I'm going to go through with you in following videos, and I'll show you exactly what my strategy is and how I'm going to go about it. I've been on one farm tour in 2015, and also some of the books that I've read. Some do describe irrigation, some do not describe irrigation. But again, we're at a time where the uncertainties of weather just basically force us to have irrigation. That's very, very important. So one of the reasons I have not uploaded any videos since February or March of 2016 is because the amount of time it was actually taking me to upload and to edit videos, and because of that it was time consuming, and I was getting so busy with my other business, which I'll tell you about in a minute. Producing and editing videos takes a lot of time, and if you don't have updated equipment, it takes exponentially longer, And so I did upgrade my equipment just recently, and even though the videos that you see are off of my phone, I don't intend to change that too much. I may go the camera route, but right now I'm happy with what the phone is giving me, and I think it gives satisfactory quality videos for what I want to do. And if in fact, if my intention is to share with the public and the world how I'm not only my transition, but how I'm growing the farm and how I'm growing the organic vegetable idea that I have. Not that it's a new idea, but it's the idea that I have. I'd like to thank my subscribers that have stayed with me, that have subscribed, and I hope that this year I'm going to have enough time where I'll be able to make videos and edit videos, and by doing that I can share more with you, and I can again, this is a record. This is a public record to help anyone that wants to do it or anybody that has an interest of doing it, and I hope to be able to share with you. So let me go on from there. Because I was not able to create revenues that I needed to generate from the farm, One thing I'm finding out is that farming in general is a profession. And like any profession, it takes time to become an expert or become a professional at that profession. Farming is no different. And you can read all the books that you want. You can go to all the schools that you want. But to apply practically the knowledge that you've gained will take years. Time is a real element that is not talked a lot about in books that we talk about, and I hope to enlarge that idea a little bit more of what your expectations, if you're doing something like this, or if you're a newbie like myself going into it, what you should be expecting as far as time is concerned. 2015 was the first year that I attempted anything, and it was very much a year of observation for me. Observing, moving to a new province in my country, deciding to make that decision to grow organic vegetables and fruits. It was very much a year of, do I do this or don't I do this? And then 2016 came along and I wanted to go full bore, and I found out that there's just more to it as far as the learning process is concerned. You can take the knowledge that you have in books, and it's great. It's fantastic. That's the best way to find out and to start. You have to take the next step and start the physical process, which I was doing. But there's a lot of stumbles, and there's a lot of falling down, and there's a lot of scratching your head, and there's a lot of anxiety that's created. So what I did was with my other business that I started, which I'm far more familiar with, which I did for 33 years, being in the construction industry. I opened up a cabinet shop and doing commercial cabinets as well as residential cabinets and millwork. And so that really flew. That took over. I was really surprised, and it's not hard to keep one guy busy. It's not like I have a shop of 5 people. I have a shop with myself, and now my wife came on board later on in the year as an employee, and so we're growing. But now it's starting one business is overwhelmingly time consuming. To have 2 businesses means to have a farm. If you're only one person, you only do one job. And that's something that I would caution to people starting off a business as well. If you stretch yourself too far, there's something that's going to go by the side. Whether that's family, whether that's your health, whether that's another business. When you're a one-man show, you're only one person, and the one company takes 18 hours a day, and the last time I checked, there was only 24 hours in a day, and going 6 days a week, quite often through the year, was rather punishing for myself. And I love what I do, but I love the organic theme as well, the organic growth as theme as well. So that's been my passion. That's one of the reasons, not the only reason, that I came to a rural area. It was one of the reasons, but we'll get to that as well. So I have a cabinet shop. It was keeping me over busy, but that's my revenue stream right now. That's what I have as a revenue stream. Now 2017 is rolling around. 2017 is rolling around. I'm committed to getting an irrigation system, and then I'm going to hire my son, mentor one of my sons, and him and myself will be going ahead with the farming process. He'll be taking care of the majority of the work, and I'll be supporting him not only financially, but I'll be supporting him with the work as well. So I'll try not to take on too much in my cabinet shop, so that I can devote some time, possibly even half time, to the to the farm. And I'll be going through that process as well with you. I also mentioned at the beginning of last year that I will be sharing with you how I create my spreadsheets for organization of the farm planting. What I've decided to do as well is to cut my expectations in half or less than half as far as what I want to grow. A lot of the high density crop vegetable operations, they grow many vegetables within a season, which is great. That takes time to develop. And so time to develop means 3 to 5 years before you get to that stage, okay? So it's a very progressive stage, and you have to understand that this is very progressive. Learn how to do, let's say, a dozen vegetables really well within the first 2 or 3 years. That's what I'm finding out. Don't go past that. Now, within the categories of different types of vegetables that you can grow, let's say do three different varieties of vegetables within a certain category of vegetables, and from there, after you've got that and you're really good at it, then go ahead after about the 3rd year, and then you can expand. Because first of all, you have to gain the customers, you have to peddle your wares and finding out where and what your customers like. And trust me, the difference between going to the supermarket and buying vegetables in comparison to what you'll be able to grow is a kind of a no-brainer. Even if you have a bad crop, it's a lot better than what you're going to get at the grocery store. Because the grocery stores, they from what I found out, even from what I developed over the course of this year without irrigation, and it was a pretty horrible crop. The flavor that you get from organic growth is the food actually tastes like something, right? So that's something that you have a tremendous advantage over the stuff that's in a grocery store. Not only do you have a tremendous advantage, but of course you can charge a premium if nobody wants, and if that person comes to your table and says, well, I'm not paying that, fine, it's not for you, right? Because the flavor is just outstanding, the difference in the flavor. So as we go through, I'll show you some of the different things outside. There's not a lot different from what I may have shown in the previous videos, but from the past. But what I will show you is more of the procedure, more of the organizational procedure that I go through. I'm very computer literate, so I do a lot of things on the computer. But for those that are not computer literate, pen and paper, pencil and paper can actually have more advantages than you would have on a computer. So if you're not computer literate, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Here where I live, we're finally getting some snow. We had a lack of snow, and it's so beautiful to see snow, because where I live, there's always a lot of cloud in the winter season, and the reflection of the snow just brightens everything up. And I don't care how many clouds, but if there's snow on the ground, it's just absolutely gorgeous, and it's beautiful out there. So thanks again very much for continuing to subscribe. And as I go through the organization of 2017, I want to share it with you so that you know how I do it and what I've learned from others as well as they go through it. One of the things that I have a great fear of, and I don't know why, is marketing my vegetables, going out and creating a stand, because I'm not used to in my previous and my present work life, my present profession, I don't have to market to the public because of what I do. So it's a little bit different for me, and I have to make that hurdle to go from a very private atmosphere to a very public atmosphere, so that I can and it's something that I actually love to do. I think I have a good salesmanship. It's just that I'm rather reluctant, and that's kind of been a bit of a hesitating factor for me as well. It's something that I have to become comfortable with. So that is something that I will become comfortable with this year, and I'm going to share that with you as well. I think that's going to be probably one of the more fun things that I'm going to be able to do this year, and I want to share that with you. So until the next video, thank you so much again to my subscribers, and I hope and pray that my new subscribers will join in and watch me do a lot of sweating in the summertime. I'll be just this winter season, I'm also replacing some windows in my house, and maybe I'll share that with you as well. There's still lots of work to do in my house, even though it's a fantastic house. It needs a lot of upgrading, and because the utility expense is extremely high where I live, and I want to reduce that expense by upgrading whatever I can. So I want to share that with you as well, and just share you farm life. Some of my dog Hugo that you saw in previous videos is no longer with us. He died on May the 1st of 2016 unexpectedly, and we have a new dog. Her name is Juno, and I will introduce her to you on future videos. So stick with us. You know, I hope to share a lot more videos with you this year, and I just hope that you're a part of it. And I also want to share with you on certain mistakes that I've made. You know, if you can follow in, just seeing the mistakes that I make, and I share the mistakes that I make on whether it's purchases of equipment, how to use equipment, how to plant certain things, whether it's in my hoop house or whether it's transplant. I'll share that with you, and you'll see that, oh man, yeah, he made a mistake there or whatnot, and then we can go over it together, you know, in the comments, and we can probably share together on that issue, on those issues. So yeah, tag along. I hope to, again, I just hope to share a lot more videos. I know I'm fast talking in this video because I want to get as much in as I can, but thanks very much, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you.